wherever your bait is. Maybe the bear coming up from the wetland or river bottoms or those low elevation areas where they're damp, where it's damp and cool. Maybe they're coming up from there to your bait site. You got to kind of figure out. You got to pay attention to your surroundings, your whereabouts. You got to find those trails, those bear trails, where the bear scat and where the bear have matted down wide, flat trails, past coming to and from the streams, or river, or pond, lakes, or the swamp to your bait site, or to the area where you chose to bait. You got to find those natural travel corridors, travel routes for the black bear. You've got to go about pinpointing all that. Fresh bear scat, bear trails. The bear are going to use the contours and of the land and geography of the land, no different than deer and moose do. The bear are going to follow path of least resistance. They're going to traverse ridges, the top edges, lips of ridges. The bear are going to use saddles or benches. So how I went about being successful at shooting this black bear with my bow in the state of Maine was like I stated earlier, I went to an area to establish my bait in an area where the bear population was good, where there were where the bear density was high, so that I had good confidence and that bear would find my bait site and use my bait so I could go about shooting the bear. Because I found evidence of bear. I found bear trails. I also went into the woods and looked for natural travel ways for bear. I read the land and looked at my map and the contours of ridges and ravines and hills and mountains around me. And I tried to find water. Number one thing to key in on when establishing a bait site is water. There needs to be a water source nearby, fairly close, within 100 yards or within a mile even. Or it can be upwards of a mile away. From at least a mile or less, within several hundred yards to no more than about a mile away from where you set your bait, there needs to be water, a stream, brook, just a lowland swamp area where there's beaver dam that created a pond. There's going to be a pond, lake. There's going to be water close by for that bear. Because that bear is going to come to your bait and eat a lot, consume 20 more pounds of food a day, 30,000 calories. It's going to make them extremely thirsty and hot, warm. They're going to go for that water. And they're going to bed up and lay up and rest up for the day near that water source before coming in to feed in the evening into your bait. And so I found all that. I saw there was ravines, little ridges and saddles and benches and all these natural kind of pinch point bottleneck areas, these natural travel ways for the bear to traverse through the land, these woods. And also, in this area where I set my bait to shoot this bear with my bow, it was nothing but untamed wilderness and forest all the way to the river that was back like about a mile, a little less than a mile through the woods from where I was setting my bait. But there was other water sources closer by. There were some little wetland areas that still had standing water. There were some vernal pools that still had water in them. And there was natural springs popping up in the low elevation parts of the woods where I was baiting. There was all these little fingerling ravines and little saddles or points of land and high ridges and high points of land that jetting out, heading towards lower elevations. And when I did my scouting and walked these ravines and these little fingerling saddles jetting out, going into the lowlands, into the forest, I found water down below in the lowland, lower elevation. So there was water real close by, plenty of cover, travel cover for the bear to feel safe coming in to and from my bait site. There was all that. So they had good cover to come to and from the water source. They had great security bedding cover nearby. There was natural food spread out sporadically throughout the forest, this area where I established my bait site too. There was already evidence and sign of black bear living there. There were bear there. So it was a perfect location to establish a bait site in hopes to get at least one bear coming periodically, regularly in the evening to feed, so I could shoot a black bear with my bow. And so I had all the ingredients I needed to establish a successful bait site. But all this and more led to having a successful bait site, a bait site that was attracting black bear, and black bear were feeling safe coming to and from my bait. And they had good, safe bedding nearby with plenty of water and travel cover to come to and from my bait. And so that's key, that's important. Another very important thing when having a bait site, you got to have a pattern, a baiting pattern that you stick to. You must go, if you choose to go every day to your bait site, you must go every day at the same time, within the same hour time frame. If you go in the morning and you go at 6 a.m., you must go at 6 a.m. every morning to freshen that bait, put more food there, straighten up your barrel or bucket. And you got to bang your bucket. If you bang your bucket on the edge of the barrel 3 times, you must bang 3 times every morning at 6 o'clock when you put food in that barrel. If you bang your barrel 3 times with a stick, decides to make it sound like a dinner bell to that bear, you must bang that barrel 3 times with that stick before you leave. You must use the same path to and from the bait site. Don't stray and leave human odor and scent, and have your paths you take to and from your bait strewed about all through the woods. Keep your baiting, the path you go from your truck or side-by-side four-wheeler, or the path you walk to go bait every morning, you must stick to that same path. It's helpful too to clear that path in the way beginning. Clear all branches and leaves and sticks, anything and any brush or vegetation out of the way that might brush against your leg or your side of your body to deposit human odor on. Clear all that away. Don't brush against anything. Don't touch anything. Don't leave unnecessary human scent or odor at the bait site or on your path that would put that mature, older bear on high alert. You don't want to give that bear any reason to turn nocturnal. They'll still come to your bait. If you alter your baiting pattern, instead of going every day, you stop going every day, you go every other day, and you're going to put that bear on high alert. They're going to get confused. And if you're depositing human scent all around the bait site in different areas, you're going to put that bear on high alert. You're going to turn that bear nocturnal. They'll come and eat in the cover of darkness, or they may disappear altogether. That bear might be gone for days on it, for a week or 2. They might not ever come back at all the rest of baiting season, the rest of bear hunting season. You want to keep your baiting pattern simple and easy, but the same. Always park your vehicle, whatever you're using, side-by-side, four-wheeler, truck, park in the same spot every morning. If you leave your truck running when you go down to bait, leave the truck running at all times every morning when you go in at 6 a.m. And go at the same hour of every morning, and go every day. If you go every day to bait, go every other day at the same time. If it's 6 a.m., go at 6 a.m. every other day. Park your truck, same place, keep your truck running. Walk the same path to and from. Pick straight. Also, I forgot to mention, have baiting gloves. Wear gloves. I have a set of gloves that I throw away after the season. I call them my baiting gloves. I wear them same gloves each and every day. I wear the same boots I use in and out from my bait site every day. And I try not to brush against and touch any vegetation going to and from the bait to deposit any scent from my shirt or pants. But I'm wearing the same boots every day. I bait with the same baiting gloves every day. And I go and straighten up the barrel, pour my food in from my bucket. I bang 3 times on the side of the bucket. And then I bang the bucket 3 times. And then I put the plywood on top of the barrel with the sticks and stuff to weigh it down. And then I walk the same path to and from my truck to leave. And I also, in the way beginning, I open up the bait site with grease and scents. Whatever attractant scents I use, the Gold Rush scent or anise extract or cherry bomb powder stuff, I stick to these same scents and these same attractants through the whole season, the whole hunting season. I'll put it out very thickly. I'll douse the area with grease with Gold Rush scent in it. My cherry bomb stuff, I'll spray attractant scent to get the bear coming and using my bait. And then I lay off on the scents. It's unnecessary to constantly put a super concentrated amount of scent and attractants out there each and every time you go. If bear are already coming and know your bait there, they've already come in, stepped in that grease and that scent you put down, and it's stuck to the pads of their feet, got on their fur, and they're attracting that scent all through the forest everywhere they go. It's helping to attract new bear to your bait site anyway. So you don't need to go overboard with scents and stuff, but stick to the same scents. So if a torrential downpour comes and washes out a lot of scent and kind of does a washout, you can go in with the next time you go into bait, you can freshen all the scent wicks and put out new grease on the tree trunks and freshen all those scents at that point in time. And also it's helpful too, right before you are able to sit in the stand and hunt that bait site in hopes to shoot a black bear, the morning before that you bait, the morning before you go to hunt, it's helpful to freshen the area with freshen your scent wicks with anise extract. Spray that caramel scent or cherry scent or whatever you use for attract scent on the trees. Put out a little more grease stuff. Make it smell like a fresh bakery donut shop just opened up their doors, and it's helpful sometimes to get all that scent out there, spread and broadcast through the woods right immediately before you hunt. It also all acts as a nose jammer. So in the event bear do come in on the evening you're sitting there stand ambushing that bait site hoping to shoot a black bear, they're coming into all this all this scent, and they're smelling all that and not you. It's helping to cover your scent. So it's a good nose jammer to the bear, so you don't get busted by them winding you, smelling human, and then busting out of there. And it ups your odds, increases your chances at being successful at shooting that bear when you do hunt. So yeah, So I did all this. My baiting tactic and my baiting approach, how I baited, with my baiting pattern was the same. I didn't stray from my baiting pattern at all, and I advise you do the same. And I utilized all these scouting methods and tactics in this to go about finding the right area to set up my bait site. And so all this that I mentioned, and even more, I probably forgot some here, but I utilized all these tactics and approaches, and this approach, to be successful at shooting this black bear with my bow in the state of Maine. nice. I think I got a nice quartering shot. Oh, I got a quarter. Oh, yeah. I hope I killed it. I hope I got it. I got a nice quartering shot. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That was a big bear. Oh, man, that happens fast. That happens so fast. Ghost blind. Dead ringer. Freaking nasty broadhead. I don't hear its death roll. It's so windy though. I can't hear. That was a big bear. It was a quarter. Oh. It's too windy to tell if I... It's too windy to hear the death roll. Oh man, that bear come in early. What is it? 5:00. It's only 5:06. Or not nice and early. I've got plenty of time to trail that bear. I've got to review the footage. Make sure it's a good enough shot. Look at that. Looky what I found. Some matted up hair full of blood. Spot of blood right there. That hair is drenched with blood. There's a spot of blood there too. I thought that was blood in there. Bear ran this way. There's his track. Track there. It's got a scuff mark up this way. I shot that bear right there. There's the bait bucket. Right there. The ghost blind is up there. If you can see it. Good luck finding it. Can't even see it, can you? Look how good that ghost blind hides you. Oh, that's the blind right there. Right there's the blind. That's the ghost blind. Really good hideout. And there's the bait bucket. The bear was standing right there. I shot the bear right there. And it's got a scuff mark there where it ran downhill. Come through here, I found broken branches. I found where it broke off the branches. And just right here, finally I found the first drop of blood. There's matted up hair soaked with blood right here. Bear hair. Bear hair right there, full of blood. Look. Soaked with blood. Just drenched. Blood. I found my bear. It's the biggest bear I ever shot. He's right there. Oh, baby. Yes. Oh, I'm into the blood. That blood all over me. Can't lift his head up. Oh, this is a big bear. Thing is heavy. This is by far my biggest bear. By far my biggest bear ever. Biggest bear.
Yeah, you can see the specimen. I think that might be the problem. Do you feel like you have a lot of weight on you? I got plenty of weight. Good?
Yeah. Sweet.
Which way, Justin? That way?
Straight up. Just keep going. You'll see the toilet paper trail from the blood trail that I put out. I'm right behind you. Be able to slide it right over. I hope that everything I shared with you today was helpful. I hope you learned at least one thing. If you learned one thing here today, then I've done my job correctly. And before you go, could you do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe to Spikes and Gills and click the notification bell if you haven't already, so you'll be notified of all future Spikes and Gills uploads. And I'd definitely drop some comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Leave your comments below, ask me questions, or just tell me about your bear success stories, and share some tips with all my viewers. Viewers read comments. Maybe you could share some tips and things you know. Maybe there's things I forgot to mention. It could be stuff that I already know that I should have probably mentioned to my viewers watching this video. But you can leave what you know and any tricks up your sleeve to help people be successful at shooting a black bear. Leave them in the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate it. My viewers would appreciate it also. So click that like button, subscribe if you're not already. See you in the next video.